Hi friends, Marlene here with Uniquely Ella. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Welcome to my channel, all the new subscribers and all the lovely ladies that always leaves such positive comments. I love you guys. That means a lot to us. It kind of keeps us going. I took some of my fall display from my shelves and I put it here just to kind of set up the mood. I have a special, quick, hopefully little video for you today. A flip through of a very special to me journal, mini journal album thing I did quite a few years back. And guys, I'm going through my vault. I have these vintage suitcases. They're gorgeous, but I use them also for real storage, and in them I store some of my very favorite journals that I have kept throughout the years. This one I am going to part with. It's on my Etsy shop. I listed it, and the pictures really do no justice. That's why I wanted to do a really quick little video just to show it, because it just does no justice. This, I love this so much. First of all, because it was a lot of work, and also because I just love it. It would make a great conversation piece for fall, just to put, I don't know, just on a table, wherever. It's just, and it's got so many details. I mean, I used to work a lot like this, smaller version of everything, and then a lot of tiny little details. I love how this turned out. And the reason I enjoyed making this journal so much is because I love to work with punches, especially tiny little punches. I just love them. These are my favorite punches. I have two of my favorite. This one, those little leaves, is my second favorite. This is my first favorite punch, and I love this punch. And it's just a little, like a snowflake looking punch, but I also use it as a little flower center. The very center of a flower, I will use that. And I love it so much that I have two of them, just in case, you know, I don't know, the zombie apocalypse, whatever comes, and then I run out of it. So see, there's two of them. It's a recollection, it's recollection. So this is my very favorite punch, tiny punch in the whole wide world, this one. My second favorite is this one, the little leaf that I used. I must have punched well over 100 leaves, easy, on this journal. Just took cardstock and just sat there and just punch my heart away, because I wanted to create like a tree. The tree itself is pieces, is like this branch right here is one piece, that's another piece, the background, and then the trunk. This is a die cut. I'm 100% sure this is a die cut. That it's not my die cut. I must have gone to a crop or somebody's house, or I don't know. But it's not mine, because I don't have a die this big. So I went ahead and just cut there. And what I did is chipboard, so it's a little bit hard, so it's very sturdy. It's chipboard, and then I cover the chipboard with the designer paper. And I don't remember what paper this was, because like I said, this was a long time ago. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 little trees, and they're so cute. I'm gonna bring them up close so you can see it. Obviously this is like a one event, I'm calling it like a one event journal, so maybe like Thanksgiving, like a very special Thanksgiving. I mean, I think all Thanksgiving are special now after you know what, because this is like the first year that this half of my family is going to finally get together, because we skipped like 2 years or something, because, you know, whatever, we just didn't want to do it. We had elderly in the family, and we didn't want to, you know, make, you know, God forbid, do something wrong. So anyway, so I think this Thanksgiving coming up, at least for our family, is very special. I have a journal that I'm going to work on, which is not this. So I thought I'd put this one out here early enough in case somebody may want to get it. It's very reasonable. It's not like my regular journals, only because basically because there's 5 pages, even though it has more work than my regular journals. But I just hope whoever buys it appreciates it. I hope it goes to a new home. I just want it to go to somebody that really wants it. Okay, so there's, like I said, 5 pages. Let me just kind of show you. The book itself has five trees, and like I said, it's sturdy. It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of things going on, but they're all like, most of it is glued really well, so they're not going to go anywhere. But you know, it's still, you know, some things are still, you know, you have to be careful. So let me show you. So this is the top of the tree up here. So it looks like that, and you can see all the textures and the layers coming out. I love it. And then this is the back, and as you can tell, I have a lot of mats, little mats that you can either cover the mat maybe in another color paper, or journal, like maybe journal in like a white ink. That would be beautiful. Or journal and then put pictures of Thanksgiving. That would be nice. That's kind of what I had in mind. So here are all the little leaves. Look at that. Leaves, leaves, leaves. That's what I wanted. Just to be like leaves and then little leaves poking out. That's what I had in mind. So to bind it, I just used, every single little branch has an eyelet for reinforcement, and I just used a plain little piece of twine, and it's very flexible and it folds in and out really well. The trunks, I think the trunk, I used the same paper collection, but I alternated the treetop and the trunk different colors. So here, when I made this, I was thinking of Thanksgiving, but it can be anything you want. You can put something else up here if you like. I like the fact that it's Thanksgiving. It's got a lot of greeneries. It's got a lot of my paper flowers. And then it's got these flowers that I used to make a while back. This is burlap, and this would be like the background of the flower, and I would just layer on top of it. And I use fabric stiffener to get these flowers to fold, and I mean, it was just so nice. Maybe one day I'll do a tutorial on it. But anyway, this was what was left over from those flowers, which is just like scallop. You can't really see it, but it is scallop burlap, because I cut the burlap, the flowers themselves are out of a die. So, and then I stiffened them up. So this is the remnants, the leftover of these flowers. I used them in the back as like a little mat for all that. And then you have, you know, you see some greenery, and of course the leaves poking out and everything. So this, for the front, I used this tree trunk color because it looks like a real tree trunk. But there's just like little flowers and vines and all kinds of little stuff. Down here, guys, on this little cluster, there's even a picket fence. I don't know if you can see it. Let me bring it up close. Close and personal. I don't know if you can see, but this is a picket fence right here. And I did like a grunge technique on it, and I scraped it off so it looks like, you know, peeled paint. And then you can see the top part of the picket fence here. You really can't see it too much because, but see, you can see the top of the picket fence. So this whole piece here is one picket fence in brown. And then I just did little collage. I used more of that burlap, that stiff back here, some of my flowers that I love, just some little nut looking things, like little clusters of little nuts, a little vine. And this is felt. This must have been from some place, I don't remember. Little pumpkins, and that's the cover. Isn't that pretty? If it was mine, I wouldn't journal in the cover. I just leave it like that, but you can do whatever you like. So you open it up like that, and then see how the tree trunks, they change, and the trees themselves change. Here I have made a little mat here that you can journal on, or you can put pictures if you want. More of the leaves. And then here I have a little gratitude sign, a button. I don't think this is vintage, but you can see the back of that burlap. See how it's scalloped? You see how it's scalloped? You can't really tell because I crunched it up, but it is. And then some of my favorite flowers that I scrunched up and dirtied up a little bit. Here is another mat. This is a mat in the form of a ticket, I think. I think this is my die cut, and I think these are my die cuts. So this trunk I left brown. Here is another one of these flowers with the stiffener. If you touch it, it's like stiff. I love how that texture, I love how it feels. So here I used just half of the flower, and on the bottom of every tree you can see I had something. It was called ribbon moss. It was like moss, but it was like on a ribbon, and you see I cut pieces of the ribbon, and there's pieces of moss, so that it looks like, to me, it looked like it was growing from the bottom of the tree. But it's really like moss ribbon. And this is a brad. I think it's so cute, a fabric brad that, or it's not a button, I think it's a brad that because sometimes I have a journal in mind, or I have something in mind, And then I start collecting for it. I start saving and collecting for it. So I think I must have had this collected with the buttons and a few little things. So then on this page, of course, is another tree, another mat that you can put something in there or journal in there, more leaves. See the back, see the ribbon right here, the moss ribbon right here. And then here's just the cutest little envelope. It's so cute, and there's a little key, like a little key to the tree house, I guess. And 2 little acorns, and then a little envelope, and then there's a little something that you can journal in there if you like. So that goes there. I'll close that in a little bit. And then on this tree, I think this is from some paper company back then. I don't know if I have any of this left. If I do, I'll add it as a little extra, but I don't know if I have any more words or like hot cider. I don't know if I have any of that left. And then this, to here I went with a little bit of a green, and then more of the leaves falling. I just love this punch so much. And then here's a tiny little one of those flowers with a little some kind of a little nut. This is not real, so that's not going to rot on you or anything. And then again, you can journal all along here. You can journal here. You can even tuck something between, because this is 2-dimensional. I don't know if you can see it. Let me show you. This one's a little bit more visible. I inked, but you see it's really, see, you can tuck something in there if you like. I love that flower. Look at that flower, how pretty. Let me show you the bottom of that. Look how pretty that is. I loved how this turned out so much, guys, but I can't keep everything I make. And then this page, here you see one of the full flowers, and the brown in the back, more little leaves falling. Here I left the trunk a little bit more like just by itself. And then here's another, these are wood little beads. And what do I have here? I forgot. I made this such a long time ago. I think it opens up like this. This is another leaves. So here you have more journaling space or pictures or whatever you like. And then on this one, I like that print. Same thing, half of the flower. I love that color of that flower because it's not green and it's not, so you can see all the leaves, and there's that flower. And then 2 little mats again. So I kind of used as a frame these scallop leaf looking things. I use that as a frame, and then I either did a mat or something you can journal on there. And of course the main journaling space, I think it would, for me, would be the trunk. And then this is the very last page. Let me take this out of here. And again, you can see the ribbon. Here I did a little cluster of, this is paper, and this is some of those stiff flowers back here. Another mat. Here's another little acorn. I wonder what's in here. Oh, the acorn is holding, the acorn is a closure for the little envelope. So the envelope goes like the back of the little acorn, which is probably a little brad. And then in this little cluster here, let me show you these 2 little clusters up close. This little cluster here, again, you got the ribbon, the moss ribbon as the background, and then I just did layers and layers and layers and layers. Layers. And then for the very back, this is the very back. I used another little brad here. If you can, let me see if you can show up. Little brad, and then this is not stiff, but it was cut. This is not stiff, but it was cut. So I used felt for that, or old sweaters and stuff to make my flowers. So this is just that I had left over from that project. So some are stiffed and some are not. And when they're not stiff, they kind of curled up. And when they're stiff, see like this fabric right here. So this is very thin fabric, but this has already been stiffed up. And I like how that feels. But then again, this one's not. I did a little cluster here, 2 mats. And then the back, I just put some little pumpkins back here and the word family. So this pretty thing doesn't have a name, but I love this as a decoration piece, personally, me. But so hopefully, I wanted to show the little details because I think the pictures, like I said, in the listing really didn't do justice to it. So good luck. I mean, wherever it goes. I don't believe in luck. I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, I just hope it goes to the right home. Okay, guys, I'm already in a fall mood. I don't know if it's because I already decorated for fall. I've been putting on my fall stuff, but it's so hot. But I am ready for some cool weather. I'm so ready. But I'm not ready to start. I don't know. I'm ready for the cool weather, but I'm not ready. I'm not over crafting like summer stuff yet. I still want to do a couple of more journals in for summer, and then I'm going to slowly, evolve into fall. But I'm not ready crafting for fall, but mentally my body is ready to feel fall. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you like this cute little treasure. I'll talk to you later. God bless. Bye-bye.